Tonight, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Zach Wilson and the Indianapolis Colts taking on Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Indianapolis Colts. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
Throwing first play is Herbert. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
The start less than ideal as they already face a second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. Ebron caught left side. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here. A tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. On is the Chargers punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Fielded at the 33. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU at Zach Wilson.
And we all know the scouting report on him. He can attack the field at all levels with a very strong arm and make big-time plays off schedule. We also see a player with confidence and swagger. We see a guy who knows how to lead a team, who knows how to compete, and wants to be great every time he hits the field.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Wilson's throw pulled in by Woods. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Wide open receiver complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor from a yard out. And the Colts are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Over the middle to Beckham. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Here's Wilson to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Wilson. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Wilson will throw again. Over the middle into the hands of Woods. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 32-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down.
A throw for Pittman is intercepted. And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The Charger drive about to get going. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Herbert off of play action. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Quiddy Pay in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
On second down, Eckler. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it. Herbert operating from the red zone. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Quiddy Pay now with his 2nd sack here on opening night. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caught.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they...
Oh, that's me.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Herbert now. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
As this complete to Woods.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down. Now Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Wilson.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Taking it about the 36.
Well, following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's Herbert. Keeps himself upright. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Third and long, it's Herbert. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's taken in at the 9.
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Wilson.
Oh, Metcalf, what a catch.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. To throw is Wilson. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 16. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor,
Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
and the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it's now 14-0. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Throwing on 2nd and 8.
Herbert. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
On first down, Justin Herbert. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Quiddy Pay.
Able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Upon a 46, a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
On 2nd and 10. Wilson, he's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The offense scheme. Going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And they're able to get this one. Across the 35. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Looking downfield, and that's caught. Right. He's got his man. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Catch is made by Metcalf. And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26.
From the gun, it's Wilson.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams.
And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
So, all right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Well, the Colts ready to go to work to start the 3rd quarter. This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
41 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now it's Wilson.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And down right around the 47 this time.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
On the move to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
After the sack on first down, Wilson. Under pressure, they got him again. Khalil Mack able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Herbert, he'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go play action with Wilson.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
62 yards on the ground for him so far.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play, because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So just 3 points there, but that important in the grand scheme of things because it's now a 3-score lead.
And to now, the other guys haven't shown that they can do anything offensively, so just take the points, keep adding that cushion, and let your defense win you the football game.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play.
The Charger drive about to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Herbert.
This is swung out to Eckler.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Herbert. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And taken right at the 35. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now it's Wilson. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
DK Metcalf
from 6 yards away.
And the Colts are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is now 24.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Chargers offense back out and ready to go. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's complete to Williams. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Short little throw to Ebron. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Steps away to his left, and he'll just get rid of it. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Throw right side, complete to Williams.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Herbert throwing again. For Keenan Allen, that's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week one as your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw complete there to Beckham. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
The offense on third down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here, Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown. Eric Ebron. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Chargers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
They're going to try and run. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Touchdown Colts. DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 60.
And the Colts are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So this looking more and more like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And partner, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way this season has started out.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. L.A. readies for its next possession. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
On first down, it's Herbert. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Quiddy Pay able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
31's the mic. Hey, defense. Hey, defense, let's go.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. 4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Taylor. James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
49.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Charger offense making their way back out there.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Out of the gun, Herbert.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Herbert now. Caught by Allen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Short little throw to Ebron. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, partner, tonight was a great way to kick the season off. That before the game, probably as much pomp and circumstance to start a season as I can ever remember. And this is just game 1 of many to come sitting next to you. Really looking forward to it.
As am I. Great to be back in booth with you for another season. Great to get this year underway. You and I both know interesting is going to be the word. An extra week now as part of that newer 17-game season. What a fun opener tonight. We know the better games are still on their way, but I'm glad that we got started.
So for Indianapolis, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.